A long-dead German finance minister can show how his troubled country could make a miraculous recovery from today's dangerous malaise. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. Germany is in an ominous funk, which is why a far-right political party called Alternative for Germany, the AfD, is now the country's second largest. It is anti-capitalist, anti-American, anti-NATO, anti-immigrant, pro-Putin, and extremely nationalistic. Given the history of the last 120 years, a force like this taking power in Berlin is obviously a big worry. Germany is a mess. It crippled itself with high energy costs by shuttering nuclear power plants, waging war against fossil fuels, and going all out for costly, unreliable windmills and solar panels. It deliberately made itself very dependent on imports of Russian natural gas. The economy is largely dead in the water. Its once vaunted manufacturing and engineering sectors are increasingly uncompetitive. Germany's once impressive work ethic has withered. Its extensive, overly generous and expensive welfare system has become unaffordable. People are disgusted with massive, uncontrolled immigration. Friedrich Merz, who became Chancellor earlier this year, is well aware that big changes are needed to get the country moving again economically, which is crucial to fend off these frightening political forces. Thanks to the desire to keep the powerful AfD out of the government, Merz's Conservative Party was forced into a coalition with the brain-dead Social Democrats. Merz did push through a blowout spending program for badly needed infrastructure upgrades, and most welcome, given Putin's imperial ambitions, a huge buildup of its military. He's navigating politically tricky welfare and pension changes. He's also gone for some smallish phased-in corporate tax cuts and cutting back Germany's notorious administrative and regulatory red tape. All well and good. But to jumpstart the economy, he needs to be bold on tax cuts. Experience has repeatedly demonstrated that big, properly done reductions in tax rates are a surefire way to quickly fire up commercial activity. For audaciousness, Merz should take inspiration from how Ludwig Erhard, almost overnight, launched what quickly became known as the German miracle from the ashes of World War II. After the war, the German economy was moribund, weighed down by sky-high taxes, smothering wartime controls and rationing, and a worthless currency. Shortages of food and other essentials were a fact of life. Untainted by any Nazi associations, Erhard became director of the Economic Council for the Allied Zones of Occupation. Against great skepticism, he pushed through a new currency, the Deutschmark, to replace the old discredited one. More radically, he abolished wartime rationing and controls quickly. With worry, the chief American officer warned Erhard that Allied experts felt this bold approach would not work. Erhard replied, "Don't worry, my experts tell me the same thing." Another officer said that Erhard would need Allied permission to make changes to the current system. Erhard replied, "You're right, but I'm not changing the system, I'm getting rid of it." Erhard also instituted tax cuts, and when he became the chief financial officer of Germany's elected government, he systematically reduced taxes for years after. The German economy boomed as never before. Germany's tax burden today is far too high, stifling the economy. The top personal income tax rate of 42% is quickly reached. Its corporate tax rate is one of Europe's highest and should be reduced now, not years down the road as Merz proposes. Payroll taxes for various Social Security programs come to a staggering 40 to 42%, shared equally by employer and employee. This is almost 3 times what we pay here in the U.S. They should be slashed. The capital gains levy of over 26% should be halved. The resulting resounding prosperity will ultimately result in a surge of government revenue. Germany's success will be imitated by other European countries. The politics of dangerous discontent will recede. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions, and I look forward to being with you soon again.